Okay. Watching you live, and here in the private Zoom session, we have educators from Punjab, Haryana, South India. South India, I don't know exactly from which place, Kumbhakonam. Good evening, Sunila ma'am. A lot of signal issues due to the cyclone, so might be on and off. I go off the line, so you have to take charge if you are not able to hear me. Just let me inform you today 5,000 viewers will be watching us live on Facebook.
Yeah, good evening, Rachna. Good evening, everyone.
Very good evening, ma'am.
I'm not able to hear you.
That's not, ma'am, you are not audible to us.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
what
Can't
is
hear you.
happening? Why am I getting muted again and
Yes.
again?
Now it's okay.
Okay. I don't know why it is my just one more minute start, and just a humble request to all the viewers present out here. There is a lot of signal issues in Mumbai, but still we are trying our level best to reach out to you. So I would just request for today, please mute your video as well. Along with the audio, please mute your video as well so that you can hear Shunila ma'am properly. She has a lot of learning to share with all of us. So it's just a humble request. See, you are seeing on news what Mumbai is facing through. Still see the spirit of Mumbaikars. We are here with our daily rapid talks with Rachna. So just a humble request, please mute your video also for today. Okay. It's 5:30 now, so I welcome Sunila ma'am, and I welcome each and every guest, whether it be directors, teachers, or principals, pan India level. I meet and greet you virtually, which we have been doing for over 2 months of now. This is Rachna Vimrajka from Rapid Talks with Rachna, initiative by Fun to Learn. Now, I can see most of you are regularly attending our course, so most of you are aware that Fun to Learn is an ISO certified organization which basically deals with mental maths classes. We work on human brains being faster than a calculator, and another program which we work on is a handwriting improvement, and the USP of the program is improvement in just 10 hours.
Ma'am, your voice is not audible.
Sir, I am going into mute mode by default today because all our viewers want to listen to Sunila ma'am. Viewers want to listen to Sunila ma'am, so my voice is automatically going on a mute mode. Okay, so welcome Inderpal sir to the show. Now,
Thank you,
Yeah,
ma'am.
thank
before
you.
we start the topic for before we start
Thank you
the
so
topic
much.
for today is educate learning. Thank you, ma'am. Before we start the topic, I would like to share that the topic for today is the educate learning, the new beginning in the new normal. We can say this is a normal situation since last 2.5 months. What we are facing is the normal situation. So just a brief short profile about our guest speaker today, Dr. Sunila Roy Chauhan. Dr. Sunila Rai Chauhan is a principal at Thakur International School. Neeta, you can mute everyone.
Okay, ma'am, I'll mute everybody. Then you please unmute yourself and our guest, please. Okay.
Okay. So Dr. Shunila Roy Chauhan is a principal at Thakur International School. She has spent few formative years studying at the international school in Tanzania. It was her that she discovered her calling of being a teacher after being influenced by her French teacher. Let me tell you, ma'am, most of the educators they are influenced by their teachers. So being a teacher itself is one of the very motivational thing, inspiring thing that we get influenced by our own teacher. Now, Dr. Shunila has embarked her journey of being an educator by beginning to teach at City International School in Mumbai. Then,
Ma'am, 1 minute, your voice is gone.
has taken plenty of course at Vibgyor High. Ma'am, let me tell you, I am among the first 50 parents of Vibgyor High, and we have seen all the teething problems of Vibgyor High. So when I read your profile and I came to know that you were a part of Vibgyor High, it was like a very happy moment for me as well, because I am an ex-Vibgyor High parent. Now, she distresses herself by listening to music. Her passion is music. She also is a passionate traveler and has explored diverse set of countries such as Nairobi, Mauritius, Seychelles, Dubai, Karachi, and Egypt. India, erstwhile central banker and international academic
Ma'am, 1 minute. Can't be heard.
According to Shunila,
Yes.
ma'am, education industry is dynamic and therefore educators needs to be constantly upgrading themselves. She feels Indian education system must be aligned with the realities of the job market and focus on developing relevant skills. She believes that there are various paths to success and one must be to evolve. One has to be confident about one's decision and must focus on working hard to make things happen. Yes, where there is a will and if you focus, definitely you are going to achieve success. Her vision for the institution involves adding more value by exploring and implementing new dimensions in education. She is keen that these would enable children to be equipped with a plethora of skills and face global challenges. This was just a brief profile about ma'am, and when I hand it over to ma'am, she will. Yes, Neha ma'am, just a short intro of yourself. I just briefed a very little about you because I wanted to hear from you. So before we start out, just little more about you. Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
I just should I just summarize it very quickly? Would you like me to summarize
Yes,
it
ma'am.
very quickly? Okay. So yes, my journey with wanting to be a teacher began with my French teacher. That her name was Mrs. Wamba. She's very much around. She lives now in the US, and she actually taught me how to be a good teacher. We never realize how our children are always observing us. At that time, of course, I was a student, and I used to keep watching the ways in which not only the way she taught me, but the way how she made me feel. She filled me with confidence, and I used to just wait to go to school just because of this one teacher.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am,
Yes,
you
ma'am,
are.
you are.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
yeah. So then this was when I was studying. It was in Dar es Salaam, that is Tanzania, and my teacher was from South Africa. At that time, it was the time of the apartheid, and her husband was a political prisoner in South Africa. But despite all the difficult circumstances in her home and surrounding her, she actually never showed it, and she was wonderful and inspired each and every person that she heard, all the lives that she touched. So, coming back to a little bit quickly, I came back to India, finished my education, and later on joined City International School in an ICSE setup. It was also the beginning for me, a wonderful place to begin. Thereafter, joined Vibgyor group of schools. Started off as a A-level teacher teaching economics. That's my subject, by the way, and I'm very passionate about it. And thereafter, continued with Vibgyor in different roles as a subject matter expert into curriculum, and then into QAG, where I used to go to different schools of ours and see that the curriculum and all is being implemented.
Ma'am. Nita, unmute, ma'am. Sunila, ma'am, just wait for a second. You have been muted by default due to signal glitches. Just today we have to take care. We have to just keep a note that we are not being muted by default. Nita, just take care, huh?
Yes, clear. So,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know which is the part which was not clear. So,
Okay. Okay, so
well,
ma'am, we can continue because
yes,
today
we can continue, right?
this is going to happen, I feel, because it's raining heavily outside, I can see.
I'm
So
reading the
now
comments. Yeah,
let us start with the topic like, okay, yeah.
I was
So
just reading
like
the comment here.
edutech learning
Yeah.
from distance okay, okay. So from distance education to cultural preservation, digital platforms are transforming the way learning is visualized and visualized, mind and presented for sustainable social impact. Now the combination of digital media and education requires a number of interdisciplinary skills, blending user experience and analytics with pedagogy and even game theory. So here my first question, which my viewers have already sent it to me in advance, is how do we ensure effective learning through online like edutech? How do we ensure the effective learning? I would start with that.
Yes. So the most important fact about online or e-learning, digital learning, and the learning that as we know it, that is in the physical, in a school and that kind of platform, is that now a parent is definitely involved in a very big way. So suppose now if we speak from the view of a parent, you have to provide that kind of space to the child where he can take that online learning. Partnership, definitely education is always a partnership, and we have the parent, the child, and the school. So everyone has to collaborate together and work together so that the lesson can actually have the impact that it is meant to have. So even for teachers, it's not a very easy job just delivering to a screen, It's a bit, in initial stages, it's a little difficult and quite unnerving, because where you're used to having the whole class with you and it's more interactive, now you have a very different platform. From the child's point of view also, it's already, it's a challenge being at home so many days, and then we ask them to learn. So they too find it difficult. So it would be very important for the parent to guide the child. Of course, the teachers also guide the child, but since the child is based at home, so the involvement of the parent in giving a particular designated place for the child to have take his lessons, be it through a desktop, laptop, or even through the phone, he needs to have one set area where there are minimum distractions. That becomes very important.
Okay.
So there should be less distraction, and where the study materials are easily available, like his books and notes and textbooks, so that the child starts feeling that this is the place where I'm going to study.
Right. Okay. So, ma'am, since you are associated with IGCSE and A-level schools, over the
Yes.
period of my rapid talks, we have been talking about the remote area villages and where the network issues is not happening. So today we are here with you with IGCSE. So I would like to know the best practices and methods some of the leading schools in India are using to respond to this COVID-19 situation. Because IGCSE A-level schools are said to be much more tech savvy, using the updated technology for teaching the students. So what practices and methods are you all applying?
Yes, we are already a technology enabled school. So even before all this has happened, we were using the Google Classroom to send across assignments. So we used to use that as a
Oh, wow.
platform, yes. And homework was given over that, be it some written work, or even if it is just some kind of a PPT which the teacher wants to share, that is done through the Google Classroom. Or a link can be sent, a video link. So once we shut down, it was easier for us to have the G Suite account, which we already had, and start with Hangout Meet. So that is the platform we are using. We're using Hangout Meet, which is Google Meet, and it's quite simple to do. And I guess a lot of schools are doing that, along with other methods. So
Right.
some are using Microsoft Teams. A few are using Zoom also. Then there are other learning management systems that are being implemented. In that also, there are so many softwares which we can use for a whiteboard, like you have Miro, you have Kahoot. These help you to, suppose you want to use a whiteboard to say, draw something or an equation, so we could use that. Then our school also has, we were a virtually enabled school. I'll not say were, we still are, but it's just that we are not using it right now because we are not back in the physical school. But we had introduced AR, VR we introduced it last year itself, last academic year. So many schools are using a blend of these different methods. But coming back to rural
Okay.
areas, I was very happy to see that in Kerala, where they started off with online schools yesterday, they have wherever there are no television, wherever there's no computer access and all, the government has made arrangements to have one common TV, and children are sitting and studying. So using that one access, a lot of children are being benefited. So that was really so wonderful to watch.
So, somehow the similar ad of Idea 7 to 8 years back with Abhishek Bachchan. One mobile was there, and the whole village kids they used to
Yes,
come and
yes.
sit in the open area and
The idea ad,
yeah,
isn't it?
that
Yes.
yeah. So now that ad is again
Please, yes.
recirculating in the WhatsApp group, which reminded. Okay, so ma'am, my next question is like in this COVID-19 situation, since we cannot be out of the house, how do we ensure the efficient operation of this technology, whether it be G Suite or Zoom, or you have mentioned so many. So how do we ensure efficient operation of it?
The first thing is the awareness that it is going to be there for some time. And educating and bringing about awareness on that, to take it as a friend and not as it's not a substitute for a teacher also. At the same time, children will be getting education through that. We also have to ensure that it's not just about academics, but if we also did a virtual summer camp with them. So we've included Zumba and art and craft, gymnastics, everything, PE. And it was so wonderful to see teachers doing it with so much enthusiasm. And plus we send the recording to the children
Right.
so that they can watch it and be active at home, because at this point of time, to keep children engaged in every way, physically also, is very important.
Right. So my next question you have already answered. I wanted to ask you what skills the school is leveraging in students, parents, and teachers in these times. So few activities you have already mentioned. So anything extra you would like to add on it?
If I have lost half your question, I couldn't hear it too well. If you can just repeat.
Okay, I will just repeat because you have already answered part of my question. My next question: what skills the school is leveraging in students, parents, and teachers in these times? So as you already mentioned that you are doing Zumba classes and many of such activities. So if you can put more highlight, because see now the educators they are willing. But over my past traffic talks in 1 month, and most of the viewers are educators pan India, they want to do, but they do not have what all activities they can do with the kids or the parents. So if you can just put little more highlight on that.
Yes, actually looking at it from the parents' point of a few challenges. First of all, they do not have those many devices. So parents are also working from home.
Right,
So that is a concern.
right,
Uh, and to make children actually, take those as this is not just fun. Because up to now, what have we been using screen time as? It's always been more for fun and for games,
right,
gaming and all. So to get them into that serious thing, we have to lay down a few of the rules very clearly, and a certain amount has to be, it has to be reinforced at all times. So I'll just give you an incident. I was, in fact, in one of the classes, one of the teachers was teaching online, and she was explaining, and I was just an observer. I was just observing that particular class, and I saw that the children were going on and on chatting and sending, no, this is not a proper way, and then they were talking among themselves. So they were using it more as a place for meeting and just having fun, sending not that angry face, happy
right,
face, all that. So I had to intervene and tell them that do not do that. And the teacher was not aware. She was presenting something. So she was not able to see the chats that was taking place. So these are some of the concerns that we do have with online classes. So we have to make the children aware that, see, first time we need to tell you, do not do this. These are not permissible. We do not allow that.
right.
And if you do not study this way, you will not be able to get any other support. So it's better you listen, and children more or less do. And in the event that you go on and on disturbing the class, we do have an option of removing the student from the class.
Okay.
So yes, so that is a few ground rules need to be told to the children.
Okay. So my next question was one of the, like when we fill up the Google form, we ask the questions from the attendees itself. So one question was, are virtual classes a good substitute for classroom training?
See, there are many things. A very difficult question. They are not a substitute. So I would say that they are, yeah, they are right now, they are a very worthy companion. And we don't know, things may completely shift. In the higher grades, I've seen that this is working out really well, because we have a greater attendance with children, especially, for A levels and all. Children are happy coming online and studying. But for the younger kids, so if you're looking at pre-primary, it's going to be really difficult because we cannot give them that much screen time. And then their socializing skills, those things are a challenge online. Sending all the activities to parents to do, to develop those skills are good, but then that means a lot of the work would have to be done by the parents. Yeah.
Right.
So
So
yes,
ma'am,
they're not a
as you said, lot
substitute.
of work. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a substitute.
Right. So yeah. So as per you, as per me as an educator, all of us, there should be a blended learning. Till the time we don't have any option, we are doing online, and then it has to be a blended learning. Now,
Yes,
one
it
of
has
the
come.
question
It's
here
come to
is not
change
not
completely. Yeah.
yeah, right. So now one question here is, not all parents are tech savvy too. So how do we handle that situation?
Yes, all parents are not tech savvy. So as I was saying, if you recall in the beginning, that first thing is that we have to train the parents. So some of them don't know
Right.
how to use those. So a training to be organized for the parents, so that those we can take a poll from them, how many would require that kind of support and training, and then organize these workshops where we explain it to them, and then ask them to come back to us after trying it out. So these are the ways that
Right.
help out. Yes.
So, ma'am, as you said, before the COVID, also you have been doing this online training by giving the homeworks and all.
Yes.
Initially, when you started with, see, you might not have faced the problem because you were already doing before pre-COVID situation. Also, you were using, to an extent, you all were using. So you
Yes.
did not find any challenges, but the challenges in learning in achieving the objectives. So how do we cope with the challenges who are totally new? Like it's 2.5 months now. Still, many of the educators, they are. So again, the answer is that we have to train them. We have to train the educators, or how do we go about it?
Sorry, Rachna, I have lost your voice in the middle.
Okay. So, ma'am, what my question was that you have not faced too much of challenges during
Yeah.
this post-COVID for online teaching, because as you had mentioned that you have been doing it before the COVID period also. Okay, so you did, but many are still facing the challenges. So anything you can guide to the educators listening to you?
Yes. So first of all, don't give up. Break it up into smaller chunks, because see, ultimately we're going to use this platform. So
Right.
you may have challenges in even in training the staff, because if some of the very much slightly older people may find it difficult initially, the whole thing is to take some time, but train them. Do a one-to-one if it cannot be a group session, but get them also acquainted. And for parents who are repeatedly, there are some parents who just cannot do it because they are coming from a very different background. So we'll have to help them out quite a bit in this. A lot of conversations over phone also would have to take place, and tell them minutely, now start this, now enter this email ID and all. So we were using Google Classroom, but still we also get technical glitches. We do face
Okay.
problems. Parents come and say, how do we access this? So we have to do that one-to-one and get that sorted.
Right, ma'am. So, like as you have already been using since quite some time, and you have expertise in this edutech learning, I would like you to share few important points which educators should follow so that they can handle this smoothly.
Okay, so the first thing is, the most important thing is to see what would be the,
1 second, ma'am.
yeah.
Just sorry to interrupt, Neeta. I think in the message you have given the wrong link. You are sending the registration link, so just please take care. Just check and send the feedback link.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Continue. Sorry. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Continue.
Yes,
Yes,
so
Sunila, ma'am. You continue.
yes,
Yeah.
the first few steps are, we need to check out that whichever institution we belong to, first of all, which would be suitable for the organization, how much, because investment would also be one of the concerns, you know. So depending upon what you want to do, as far as funds are concerned, if you are ready with investing more or less. So it's very important to have everything based with internet and technology in today's time, because that will be the base. Now, we use G Suite, because we use G Suite, which was the base of Hangout Meet. But at that point of time, we were already signed in for it. Now, G Suite account has become a free thing, so people can register. Sorry, can I be heard?
Yes, ma'am. You are audible.
Okay, okay, I'm audible. All right. So, important to get that sorted out. And in some cases where it's absolutely not possible to have any kind of internet, like as in, you know, online learning, videos could be recorded and sent, and
Okay.
assignments can be given. So that is another way, that if you don't want to have your live classes, then you'll need to record these videos and send. But everywhere some amount of technology is required.
Required.
Yeah,
Right.
some amount of technology is required, and depending upon the institution that you are associated with, you need to take a call as to how much expenditure they are ready to take for that.
And ma'am, CBSE government is also doing lot of teaching aids and all. They are providing it in the Doordarshan channel as well. So that
Yes.
benefit can also see. People, they say they don't have internet, so they can have access to. I think TV तो हमारे गांव में है. So Doordarshan is also one of the ways. So if there is a will, there is always a
There
way
is a
out.
way.
Yeah.
Yes, many
So
of
for
these things
each
are
channel.
available
Yeah.
offline. Yes.
Okay. So, ma'am, somebody has put up a question here. Just let me read it out. Mr. Muktesh, you can put your questions here because today there is a signal issue, so we will be unable to unmute you. Now, there is one question. Do you really feel that virtual and online classes are as beneficial as physical classes?
No, as physical classes, no, they are not that. I
We
mean,
all have
as
the answers.
yeah, but then children have started enjoying it very much. So once you know you get used to
Right.
something, it takes little time. Schools have just about reopened for many. Some have started and some will begin. From now till 14th, most schools will reopen. So
Right.
if you give them a little time, they'll get used to it, because as long as children are engaged and we you know, evoke their creativity, then they get used to that. Yeah.
And ma'am, it also depends upon we as individuals how we take the class. Like we have been taking online classes since a month, and before I log in, I see all my students waiting for me in
Yes.
like excitedly because initially before the start of the class, like our class starts at 10 o'clock, they all will log in 15 minutes earlier so that 15 minutes they can interact with me and they can discuss what they did throughout the day. So that is how you have to plan it out. I feel how to make the class interactive and more interesting. So my another question, which is a very logical question, which has been put up here, is that there are a few students are introvert as well. They don't have the tendency to ask questions even if they don't understand. So how do we handle those situations? The introvert child who does not have the habit of asking questions.
Yes, so the teacher already knows the children in her class, and she needs to build a rapport. Immediately she identifies those who are the introverts, extroverts. She can request that child to unmute himself or herself and ask questions, or she can directly ask him some questions. And if the child is not able to answer, you can always tell the child that yes, you can also use the chat and ask me, or you can mail it on in Google Classroom, or you can revert back on that and start engaging them in the class. So slowly they start interacting, and then there's a point, then everybody becomes very noisy.
Right.
Yes.
So that means we have to keep on motivating the kids to ask questions, is what we can do. Okay.
Yes.
So we have a question from one of the principals from South India. He has written, how can we use technology such as a tablet to help improve the reading level and comprehension skills of a student who are below grade level?
Okay, so we can suggest more reading lists for them. There are various online resources and libraries where we can recommend those to the children based on their level and assign those to them. So if you want more details on this, I will mail them to you, Ms. Rachna.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
which you can
So that
share
we
it
can,
later. Yeah. So
yes, ma'am.
that's, yeah. So we also do that. We send the smaller comprehension passages, interesting stories, and there are so many free online resources that have opened up during this time. Everything has become 2-3 months they have been completely free to all of us, so we can share those and give children a goal. Don't just tell them that read up all this. Give them that, okay, give them 2-3 days and say, now you read this and come back, and encourage the child, because he will be able to reach a particular level and then be motivated to go up to the next level.
Right. Now, few have raised their hands, sir. We would request you all to put your questions in the chat box. We will be answering as far as possible, because today unmuting is not possible. Seeing the Mumbai signal, if we start unmuting, we have to stop the show in between. As I can say, it's raining heavily just opposite me. So any questions we can put it, please put it in the chat box. Ma'am will be happy to ask. Ma'am, just I will take 1 minute to see the questions, because I think most of the questions you have already answered. So, but somebody has put, now since there are many parents, 1 second, I'll just let me check it out.
A few that I can read, I can start answering if you like.
Yeah, see, Mr. Muktesh, I think he is from South India, that since there are many parents and both are working, in that case children are misusing the mobile phone or laptop or computer usage in their parents' absence on the name of online classes. Yes, this is happening. How to combat this issue?
We can, with our settings, we'll have to put different kinds. So there are different kinds of software, and there is Net Nanny. So you can install that and put the privacy setting on only accessing certain sites. So that would reduce it, but of course, children
monitoring
are
has
very
to
smart
be,
today. Yeah, they're very smart.
So we have to monitor. All we can say is that we have to monitor.
We
so,
have to monitor.
Right. So we cannot be just an ignorant parent busy with our own work at home, work from home. See, as parents, we are busy with work at home, work from home, but we have to, as an alert parent, we have to also check out what our kids are doing. Okay. Now another question is, are teachers equipped? Sir Naresh, sir, this question is already answered, I feel. Are teachers equipped to take online sessions? How effective they will get the message clear? So sir, it is 2.5 months down the line, and if till now teachers are not equipped, we cannot wait more. What do you say, ma'am, on it?
Yeah, they will. Even teachers are working very hard, and
Yeah,
they're getting equipped. They're also so busy exploring things, So they will get
right,
there. Those who haven't, and that rapport between the teacher and the child, once it's developed, then they will also be able to understand that they're not being overly. Parents are not being overly critical, because now, see, now the situation is we have entered the homes, whereas previously it was a school. Children used to come, and of course we used to give feedback, but now we are in the homes of parents. So
right,
sometimes children teachers, sorry, they get a little, perturbed with that how it will be managed. But once they start teaching, they forget everything else, because that is what they like doing, that's their passion.
right.
And they're getting to use more methods. So I think they'll get there, those who haven't.
Okay, so ma'am, there is a question from Geeta ma'am. Any effective website if you can share with them?
Depends for what.
Yeah,
I can
because we
share,
have
there are many.
different, yeah, we have different age groups. So Geeta ma'am, if you can specify here, then I can ask ma'am. Ma'am,
Hmm.
whatever can right now guide, she can, and otherwise we can share that. So Geeta ma'am, just put it in the chat box your specific question. Till then, we will take another question. Meanwhile, Geeta ma'am is putting down her question. Now there is a question from Aishwarya ma'am. I have a question. Children are using only their parents' mobile. They don't have their own mobile. Yes, at many cases this is true. And if the parents are working or unavailable in home, then the students are supposed to miss classes. Only then they have recorded sessions, not live.
Yes,
Uh,
that is the only option, because right now in the lockdown, many parents are at home, so they are able to share these. They can lend their phones or whatever, whether it's a laptop or computer. But this will come up a little later. But in the event that we have to keep our children completely safe, we will have to make probably the recorded sessions available, so that once the parents are back home, they can access it.
Chandra sir has mentioned, ma'am,
I'm sorry, I can't hear.
would like to give your specific questions on which areas, which websites you would want, what is the age group, what is the topic, so that ma'am can help us out, because it will not be otherwise possible to give so many websites, because
Right.
in everybody has their own individual needs. So you can put this on my personal chat also, so that I can share it with ma'am, and then I can forward it to you all. Till that time, ma'am, you can just gist up what all important points you have already mentioned in this, and what you would want. Uh, what Pooja, please mute yourself. Pooja Rani, please mute yourself. So I would like you to just overall, because few due to the signal glitches, few join in late. So overall, for this edutech learning, what important points we have to keep in our mind to be a good teacher, a good educator, so that we can give best to our students. So just a few gist, if you can share with us.
Sure. So first of all, to be a good educator, you are already a wonderful educator, and you're going to be,
Right.
yes. And this is a unique opportunity for us to explore something new, a different way, which is going to change, in fact, the whole way of teaching. So we are very proud to be a part of this kind of movement, in fact, you can say. And we have to see, first of all, that we have a proper internet connection. Even if we don't have a very good internet connection, as Miss Rachna rightly did today, she asked us to put off our videos and all. That's what we tell our students also. Switch off the microphone, switch off the video. So these are the little battles that we will have to take care of because of internet connectivity. But as far as possible, to improve the bandwidth, we need to see that we have a good internet connection. And then even if you can use through a phone, I think many of my teachers also, if they do not have access to a computer or laptop, they are delivering their lectures from the phone. So they have found out different ways of setting up their mobile phone and deliver the lectures. And the rest of the things you can send via email. If you don't have G Suite, you can always make groups on internet and send it to a class mail. Okay, you can make, say, grade 6, the entire class, and mail it to them. So this will help, and be confident, because a teacher, even if she cannot physically meet the children, that rapport that she creates, that is, I think, the most important thing. You will have your children also listening to you. And of course, you could, if you are technically enabled, then you can use your YouTube videos, you can use different kinds of things, like we already talked about Kahoot and Miro. These are some of the things that you could use, which will help to for you to draw your equations and your graphs and all. So in the, I just want to tell you that all the educators here, whatever you are teaching, definitely you are doing a wonderful job. And this is the time for
Right.
us to come out of, we used to all say, okay, I don't know what next, what should I do? Sometimes I feel I'm stagnating. Well, we're not stagnating anymore. We are part of something which is moving so fast. So let's embrace it with that challenge. And there's so much available online. Check it out.
So, ma'am, as you said that we have to accept what comes in. So we have, in this I can say, at this pandemic, the most intelligent will not survive. The most adaptable will survive. See,
Yes.
if a person is intelligent but he is not using technology, will he survive? No. Now I will just give you example. The day we just after 2-3 sessions when we started our talk show, I will just share. Today I will be sharing. I don't know, some system went wrong on my Zoom setting, and the audio of Zoom has stopped. My audio on Zoom on my laptop is not working. And I have tried at least 5 technicians, pan India experts, on any desk. They have taken my laptop, but still they couldn't resolve it. And then it was a situation that how do I do my talk show? How do I teach my students? Now if you can see, I am signed in with 2 numbers. If you see the video, I'm using audio on my mobile, and I am using video of my laptop.
Yes.
So you have to. This is just an example that whatever resources you have. My laptop is new, but some system went wrong, and we cannot. Mumbai people, they cannot step out of the house. So whatever system is available to you, you have to embrace it. You have to be adaptable. How best you can do it. So with this, ma'am, I would like to thank you for being our esteemed guest for today and sharing so much knowledge that how we can be a part of edutech learning. And for us also, it's a new learning, as you said initially when you had also started. Anything new when we start, see, glitches, problems, it happens. But the thing is, not giving up. The attitude is what we look forward. We have to try daily. We have to try innovative ways, that how we can make the introvert child speak, ask questions. As ma'am said, just keep on connecting. After the class also, you can give a personal calling, so that a personal bonding, trust, the child develops a trust, and then the child starts putting up the questions. So each day before the class, you have to do your homework well, and each day you will be seeing, you will be better. You will be from worst to be better say best. So daily you have to keep on learning. So you took our time for all our esteemed guests today and shared valuable inputs. So thank you so much, ma'am. And Muktesh, who had asked questions, he is not from South India. He is from North India, Chandigarh. So apologies, Muktesh sir, because I don't know you all, since you have been, you all have joined and you have been watching our Rapid Talks daily. I presume that you are from South India. So to all my viewers, educators, edu leaders, pan India, whether Jochna ma'am, Balan ma'am, I can see Krishnamurthy sir, Geeta Shetty ma'am, and so many, Vara Lakshmi ma'am from South India, whom I have not met physically. I have never met or seen them. But I would like to thank this pandemic situation for making me meet so many edu leaders pan India. So that is our privilege that each day we are getting new connects of all educators, and we are learning each day. We are learning new things. So stay tuned with for our next rapid talks with Rachna tomorrow with Indapal sir. I think Indapal sir, tomorrow's guest, is also with us today. Now I can't see, maybe signal issues. So signing off for today. Till then, namaste. Till then, namaste. Stay home, stay healthy. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, everyone.
It was really an amazing session with you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Please do not forget to fill up your feedback form. I keep receiving messages, madam मुझे certificate नहीं मिला. आप feedback form नहीं fill करोगे तो how is it possible for me to send you the certificates? So please, if you have got to copy the link of the feedback form from here, do WhatsApp me on my personal window 9867530649. I would be happy to send you the feedback form link, because otherwise it is not possible for us to send you the feedback. If you have attended, see, few I cannot see the full name, many only mobile number is being reflected. So how do I send the certificates? So it's a humble request for certificates. Before the session ends, daily do fill up the feedback form, or you can get connected to me on my number, which has been mentioned again and again here on the chat box. Till then, sign off. Thank you.